Welcome to the Pod Bay Door.
Hello out there in the verse. This is the Pod Bay Door. Please join us every Tuesday for informed discussions on new and upcoming movies, games, and tech. And if you love Las Vegas, stay tuned because as Vegas insiders, we can give you a unique perspective on its history, provide insider information, and reveal the unknown secrets of our town, Vegas. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're glad you're with us. And hey, if you get the chance, subscribe to us and give us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Also check in with us on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast.
What is a podcast?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
You can't handle the truth!
Why so serious?
I shook up the world! I shook up the world!
Well, Adam and I are back in the studio in Las Vegas. The blue and black are back. Who's your buddy that didn't like the poker table?
That was John. Service out of California.
Oh, we don't like John?
No, John's one of my
John's
best
right?
friends, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. He didn't like poker table setup.
All
So
right.
we're back to the
Well,
mall.
we got blue and black for you, John.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll last. But coming up on this episode, Adam and I are going to talk about the lies of Las Vegas. I picked out 5 good ones, man. Hopefully it'll be, fun for you too.
Yeah, there's got to be good ones.
Yeah, you saw the back of the house, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
it's like a maze back there.
Yeah. Okay. So you saw things back there.
Some things.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, curious to see what they've seen.
Yeah. Right. Heavy metal's back. Psycho Fest. Is that your thing? Do you like
Oh gosh, I don't know. That might be a little too crazy for
me. That's hardcore.
I've been in like one mosh pit in my life.
Yeah, that's hardcore. And then along with that, on the other side of it, vegans. I don't know if heavy metal and heavy metal seems like they would like meat.
Probably
a steak and meat and and then I saw to go along with that I saw the Insane Clown Posse.
I know a little bit about Insane Clown Posse.
They're on tour again. Or they are. I don't know if they're always on tour.
Well, they got to be like 50 or 60 now.
But I happened to be surfing YouTube and I caught a documentary about the Amelia will like this, the Juggalos and all the.
That's right.
Wow, there are some odd folks out there.
Yeah, they're a whole nother extreme.
Yeah, I thought they were just like cosplay kind of stuff. That I was wrong.
It's like a whole new like mentality.
God, yeah,
right?
I mean the girls are pretty hot, but Jesus. Also, Topless Report, Nerd Alert, Gear Grinders, and Area 52. Nerd Alert's going to be fun. I got some stuff to argue with Adam about.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we got some good stuff.
So Trisha M965 wrote into us, Adam, through Podbean. Great show, guys. Well, thank you so much, Trisha.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there really weight, height, and bust requirements for showgirls? There's been many documentaries and many, sort of rumors about that.
The movie Showgirls.
Movie Showgirls, yeah. What a film, again. Right.
That's one of those, what do you call them, dirty pleasures.
Right. Yeah, Elizabeth looked good. But Trisha, yes, I have many friends that are young ladies in shows. The classic ones are going away. As we've talked about on the show, Tropicana had Folies Bergère. That's gone. Ballets had Jubilee. That's gone.
The classic showgirls.
Yeah, the classic headdresses, walking down the stairs, guys in tuxedos. Those are gone. I'm not quite sure why those are gone. Well, I am. I think the tastes of visitors to Vegas are just, so vastly different now.
Sure, I agree with you there.
Not good taste. I think it's. I think
it's evolved.
Yeah, it's evolved.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm the old guy at the table here, so I don't know. But
now it's more with the Mystere and kind of the sort of shows
acrobatics and flash and magic is still around. I mean, magic. Copperfield and Chris Angel kind of sullied his reputation here, but he's coming back. I think.
Wasn't he in the hospital recently?
Oh, yes. But
he had a stunt go wrong, and I think he was.
Oh, that's right. He did. Yeah. So, but to answer the question, yes, it's not as controversial as all that. Each of us has jobs, and each of us have requirements for that job, and although they are stringent requirements, for entertainers on stage, I would expect them to be. They have to be attractive and aesthetically pleasing because that's what they're doing. It has nothing to do with being unfair. Now, there's some internal workings, how those requirements are conveyed, and again, it's pretty strict. I mean, it's on a like a CrossFit level. These girls have to maintain a weight. They have to they have to maintain a bust size. But if you go in and as a dancer and suddenly you
don't fit your uniform, or,
suddenly you jam on double D's, after your surgery, you may not have your job left.
Sure.
So it really depends. But and absolutely,
they got to be able to stay fit and be able to do their job. So got to stay in shape.
As far as height requirements, that depends on the show.
Sure.
Jubilee, I know there was a height requirement. I think it was 5'9". It was very similar to the fashion runways of today, although there are many shows, many runways, that have petite models and petite entertainers and dancers. So, but they're there. They're there. The requirements are still there. I have a good friend.
I wouldn't say it was just for the shows either.
No.
Cocktail waitresses and hostesses, same kind of deal.
Yeah,
they got to be.
Yeah, less requirements for dealers, however.
Party fit dealers.
Pretty. That's true. That's true.
There's a niche,
Yeah.
But obviously, if I got into dealing, then there's no requirement there.
It used to be back in the day, you could have a record as a dealer. You could up to and including murder, as long as you didn't steal anything, you're good to go.
Well, you got so many cameras on you, so if you want to try and steal from the casino, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is not Ocean's 11,
No, that's true. That's true. But thanks for the question, Tricia. Hope we answered that for you. The topless report. Every time now that we've started this segment, which where are they naked now?
This is your favorite one to research now, huh?
Well, it's my favorite one to research, and it's not even a hard research. I just
too easy.
Yeah, open up
naked guys in Vegas.
That's right.
Every weekend, right?
People are taking their clothes off all the time. Come on out to Vegas, you'll see some naked folks. But that we have. Speaking of shows. I don't know if you've been on the Strip lately, but there are places like Tickets Tonight and Tickets to You and Tickets for Sale, and they're all discount tickets, a lot like they have in New York for the Broadway shows. And they're discounted tickets, and they absolutely, are legitimate and valid tickets. And so please, go out there and enjoy those. Sometimes they're not the best seats, but you can get in for a couple of bucks.
Right.
It's fun.
Cheaper than norm.
Yeah, and a lot of these, to get out the word, they have people wearing what now is a digital sandwich board, which used to be back in the day. You used to wear two fiberboard things on your, throw them over your shoulders, and you were the ad, you were the walking billboard. And now they're digital.
What was it called? A Chad, hanging Chad?
Hanging Chad.
Isn't that what it is?
No, the hanging Chad is on a voting ballot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how Al Gore lost the election to Bush. But the sandwich boards are sort of passé. They literally use digital boards now, but you still see sandwich boards. Well, apparently. This young man, they don't know why, but he was selling tickets. Now, he was committing a crime. He was selling fake tickets.
Okay.
In fact, he successfully sold the tickets. And the reason he was caught was not the fact he was caught because of the fake tickets, the fraudulent tickets. He was caught because he elected not to wear anything under the sandwich board.
Okay. So he was naked under the sandwich board.
So somebody's offense that he was naked under the sandwich board was the reason he got.
But led them to find that he was selling fake tickets.
But what the funny part to me is that he successfully sold tickets.
Well, somebody walked up to him thinking it was interesting, I guess. Like I said, I guess he was master of his craft, Mark.
I guess.
But until he got caught, I don't know. That seems weird.
I don't know. He felt.
I mean, it's pretty hot here. Maybe that was the thing.
Yeah, or he just felt emboldened by being naked, and his sales went up. I don't know, but the fact that he sold tickets is hysterical.
Well,
to me.
see, it's twofold there. You're drawing attention to yourself, so you might sell tickets, but you also might draw the police.
Well, sure.
So
sure.
I don't know what he's
Yeah. Now they didn't. Another interesting thing about the article that I found was that they didn't mention where he was. Now, generally speaking, it's going to be at the hot spots. You're going to be at Trop
on the strip there,
strip, or Flamingo, and anything further down, you're not going to get the walk-by traffic. So again, right there, Las Vegas Boulevard, front and center.
I bet you he was on one of those walkovers.
Yeah,
There
on
seems
the bridge.
to be, on the bridges.
Yeah.
There seems to be some weird people there sometimes.
Yeah, and it's harder for police officers to get those areas.
Yeah.
Because there's no parking.
There's a lot of just walking traffic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now this one over by the Luxor, our famous pyramid, and speaking of Chris Angel, still at the Luxor, there was a young lady who was not selling anything, didn't want anything, but decided that she was going to, and everybody feels this was either a sorority prank or it was a bridal shower or something, and she decided to do a full striptease, but she didn't make it.
She didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
Oh no.
Yeah, she.
I bet gone wrong.
Well, the lookouts didn't do a good job because she didn't get her her pants or dress. I'm not quite sure what it was, but
She didn't get the bird call right.
no, it was the cop right there. She literally did it in front of a cop. The cop turned and the interesting thing.
Stop
that. Stop that. I'm shy. And he didn't wait for anything. He just nailed it right away.
Oh,
but the very interesting thing about that situation and article is that he didn't arrest her.
No.
He let her go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, let her go.
So she was lucky. She was
Yes.
she was probably hot then.
Yeah.
She might have had a sash on that said like Bachelorette or something.
Maybe so. Maybe so. So,
Yeah.
but again, front and center, Las Vegas Boulevard. Anything goes. Anything goes. I mean, what happens here stays here is absolutely not the case anymore. If only because
There's
of
too
our
many. Like you said
social
last
networking.
episode. There's too
Yeah.
many cameras.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, social networking is such that we're on camera right now. Granted, this isn't going anywhere. Currently live, but I mean, it's and Las Vegas is an amazing place for all the technology to be tested. They do all the facial testing here. Oh yeah, absolutely.
The casinos are on top of it for
Yeah.
security reasons.
So I heard, as an aside to this, considering the technology, then I'll lead into the nerd alert with this. Congratulations to Joe Rogan, 1,000 episodes.
That's a ton.
That's a ton.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, and I watched. I don't know if it was his 1,000th, but I watched a clip of him speaking about technology and cell phones, and he and I are about the same age. I think I'm a couple years older, but he mentioned that it is his opinion that the cell phone technology is very close to being embedded into our bodies.
Okay, sure.
What
They
do you
had
think?
some. They've had some like digital projectors that have you can put it on your wrist and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
Now they have injected employees with the
RFIDs and-
so
yeah.
they can just scan in right there.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, in the near future, I could totally see that some kind of combination of
Right.
technologies that you could
Yeah.
answer your phone like this, with your hands or
Yeah,
or
right.
old
Push
school
your
style.
earlobe.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's possible.
Now, are you a particularly religious person?
Not particularly.
Okay, are you familiar with the Christian? It's sort of the viewpoint that it's the mark of the beast. They always talk about that. The hell's coming and Ozzy Osbourne and the mark of the beast.
That'll be the day?
Yeah, that'll be the day.
When
Yeah,
I'm already part cyborg, so
that's right.
So any other little adaptation, go
That's
for
right.
it. Why not?
Mark, the actual mark of the beast originally, good Lord, biblically that's a whole
was
different story.
Cain and
But
Abel,
it
right?
was a barcode on your wrist, and that many movies have depicted that, and that was the coming of the Antichrist. I don't know that if you embed an Apple chip into your arm, you're going to be the coming of the Antichrist. And the Avengers have to close the hole and save the world. But I don't want that. I don't want that. You can already walk past me and steal my entire life off my phone. You know,
just by tapping it with your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
and
So
it's right into your bank accounts.
I don't
but
know. How many years?
Is that too much?
It's too much
interference with the
Absolutely.
machines.
Yeah, absolutely too much. And and they can shut your pacemaker down and
With a wand. I'm sure it's
exactly.
just a signal, right? You could kill me off.
You already beep.
Foul swoop. low battery beep. That's serious.
You know what? I honestly, in 5 years, we're going to hear somebody say this, and of course, everybody loses their mind about stem cell technology.
5 years? It's pretty bold.
I'm telling you,
it's pretty fast. But with the technology and how fast it grows, and exponentials and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
in the near future,
they just have to figure out. I would assume the only thing they have to figure out is tissue rejection. Our bodies are going to say, no, we don't want this in there.
We've talked about, people getting their heads put on other people's bodies. So
That's right.
They're going to have to figure that out.
Right.
If that rejects, then there's no cause for that. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Johnny Mnemonic, here we come.
That's right. Sooner than later.
That's right. Nerd alert, man. What do you got?
Nerd alert.
I'm arguing with you on this one.
We got some good stuff.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get a little quick, snippets here. The Defenders on Netflix just started yesterday.
I watched it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you mean
no, like 10 episodes. But
one episode.
Yeah. I'm sure by the time the podcast comes out, there'll be people that have already binged the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes yesterday. It was a little slow. I actually didn't watch Iron Fist because it got bad reviews.
Yeah.
So I felt a little bit.
I did watch Iron Fist.
Did you?
The whole thing.
What did you think of that one?
Yeah.
It was a little
I did not agree with most people's assessment, most nerds, I guess, assessment of the martial arts choreography.
Yeah.
I did not agree with that. I thought it was sufficient.
Okay.
And what I did disagree with was casting. Always.
Okay.
But it was okay. It was okay. I
And
got through it, and I enjoyed
kind of what
it.
I thought for Luke Cage. It was okay.
It was okay.
And Jessica Jones, it was okay.
Yeah.
Daredevil's the only one that saves it for me, really.
Okay.
But Defenders is good so far. A little slow lead up.
Yeah. I for some reason Sigourney Weaver has reinvented herself into the corporate raider, taking over the world, from the underbelly of our society, and she's played that several times.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's good at it.
No.
I
She doesn't
really
sell
don't.
it to you?
No, she's deadpan, fine actress, and still very attractive.
Yeah.
But I just don't buy her as that
supervillain?
underbelly supervillain,
Female kingpin.
queen pin.
Yeah, Queen Pin.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I kind of like the little Asian woman better.
Yeah.
As she's more intimidating.
But I agree with you. I thought I wouldn't agree with you. I thought you were gonna just give me the Dallas Cowboy.
Give it the glaring.
Rah. No. It was slow.
It was a little slow.
It was a little slow. Now, obviously 2 episodes in, that's not fair. You have to. What do you do? 3? What is
I
it
would
now?
say 3, I guess.
Yeah, three episodes?
Three's where I guess the 3rd episode of the 2nd season
Yeah.
of Daredevil.
Okay.
With him and the Punisher on the rooftop.
Yes.
If you remember that scene.
I do.
It was a whole episode, and that was probably my favorite one of that season. So I'm hoping episode 3 will be similar.
Okay.
In that they'll kind of get into it a little bit more, and
Yeah.
they'll actually come together as a team.
So you think 3 episodes is fair?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? 10 episodes?
Well, it can be 10, can be 12,
I think
can be
it's 10.
13, can be 8. 8 is usually we're not sure. Here's 8.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. We'll buy on later if it catches.
Exactly.
Right.
And then at the end, like Game of Thrones, they screw you and give you 6.
Yeah, and then just chop it off. Chop it
that's
off on the leg.
But no, I agree. Slow.
Yeah, a little.
Do you like the Punisher casting?
I do. I actually
He's
really
short.
enjoyed
He
him.
seems short.
Yeah, well, movie magic. You can make him. Thomas Jane was like 5'0", right?
I couldn't
So-
stand his version of it. Give me Ray Stevenson. Give me
Right.
Dolph Lundgren.
Lundgren.
They're giant dudes.
They are big
They're
guys.
supposed to be able to squish your head.
True.
I don't know.
I don't know. He sells. I guess more he harkens to Thomas Jane in that he's not a kind of a big guy.
Yeah.
But he sells the crazy.
No, he does crazy
They
really
put
well.
out. They put out a
Yeah.
teaser trailer. I was going to lead into that anyway. Good,
Oh, okay, great.
And it was real short. And it was just a couple of lines and flybys. But I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually like the.
Did
character.
you like? What am I thinking of? Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you like that casting? See,
I didn't really much know that Ghost Rider.
Okay,
he was the second version of Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was okay for me.
Okay. He was short again.
He was
a
very
little short Hispanic guy. Now I
understand.
Now I do understand that the lore of the Ghost Rider is the fact that it can be multiple people, and that you pass it on. This curse, but little short Hispanic guy, I don't really, and now granted, the other comparison I have, of course, is that you go from the comic book, which is fantastic, and Stan Lee's, creation, and then Nicolas Cage.
And then, you find out that Hollywood sold out to Nick Cage, and he's tall. He's really tall. Kind of lanky.
And,
we went somewhere in between, I guess.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that.
Okay.
Next couple of... I know last episode we talked about the Star Trek and kind of the sci-fi world. So, and we mentioned Galaxy Quest. This wasn't on the list, but I found this out before I came in.
Okay.
They're making a TV series out of Galaxy Quest. It's been like...
The actual Galaxy
greenlit. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
It's going to be on Amazon. So hopefully...
That's fantastic.
Tim Allen wanted to do this back, but he was doing... Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
Yeah, so now that that's canceled, he may... you never know. He could be on it.
Well, I hopefully, Tim Allen, I enjoyed Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy, Tim Allen is a very politically aware individual, and he had control enough over Last Man Standing to leak that into it.
Okay. I didn't really watch that.
He's Christian right. I think he's very Republican. But that's cool.
It's cool that you're going to use that world, though. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah,
really,
I wonder if it's my question is it in opposition to, in competition with
the Star Trek and
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume maybe that now's
we,
the time.
We drew that comparison last episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the Orville is what.
Yeah, the Orville. Yeah. That's right.
It could be. Maybe now's the time with those coming out. They're like the resurgence of sci-fi, and maybe they'll get it out.
Cool.
It could be good.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm watching it too.
Yeah, for sure.
And what we're also not watching is movies at the theater these days.
No.
I don't think the average person goes very, very often anymore.
I don't think
especially
so.
with home video the way it is.
Yeah.
You got the big screen and the surround sound and all that. You're pretty set. You don't like people, right?
No.
No. Let me ask you this.
That's why I'm on a podcast.
Let me ask you this: if it was cheaper,
yes.
If it was $10 for any movie in the month, you could go every day in the month for $10.
Okay.
Would you do it?
No, but let me ask you this, because I'm different. I really don't. I think people ruin movies for me. If they stopped serving food and each of us was in a glass booth, I'd go in a heartbeat. But now, is there a time restriction? Do you have to go matinee?
So no. As far as I know, all right. So this is the thing. This is Movie Pass.
Movie Pass.
And if you haven't heard of it, it's a $10 subscription fee.
All right.
And you can go see a movie any time of day, one movie a day for the month.
Okay.
So you could see 30 movies in a month.
Right.
For $10.
Okay.
One movie ticket.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Okay.
So the average person, my bet, is maybe going to see one movie a month. So that would cover their subscription fee. So you go see 2 movies, you've paid for this subscription fee, in a month.
God forbid you have a date.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's, you could go see 30 movies in a month. That seems like a good deal to me to get people in the seats.
Yeah, all kidding aside, I mean, I'm not the litmus test. In fact, I'm the dark opposite.
Yeah,
of
you're not who I would sense.
But for individuals that love to go see movies, absolutely.
I get to see a lot of movies because I know people in the business. But the way that I've probably seen, probably 20 movies this year alone. So at least that much. I think
I live vicariously through you, Adam.
Yeah, as far as new movie releases. So I think if I didn't know the people, that would be a good deal for me.
Now, is Movie Pass company specific? Is it Regal? Is it Century? Is it
so they're
or is it like
going to cover everybody.
It is.
But AMC specifically is looking to opt out because they don't think this business model is going to survive.
They're strong on the East Coast, so they get a lot of traffic.
Regal says they're going to see what's going to happen, and here's the big thing that I think more so with this company and why they're doing this good deal is so that people will download their apps and they can track what movies you're going to, and what times you're going to, so they can get that information. And then they can sell off that information to whomever they want, like Fandango or Regal or whomever. Right? That's where the real ploy is. But I still think it's a good deal.
Yeah, I think it might not be the entire movie-going audience that would be attracted, but I think your group,
right.
Would for sure.
I think just on average with people that go to movies or don't go to movies, this would I think it would up the scale a little bit. Get more people into the theaters. Whether I think they're struggling.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
Lots of technology out there just flying around.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody has it out there in the in the verse. I mean, if you like it, if you take advantage of it.
Cool. Yeah, let us know. U.S. based though. They're not gonna tell.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll see how it goes. So last thing, our Game of Thrones recap. I know this is probably what you want to argue with me about.
No, Star Wars.
Did I miss one? Oh, okay, yeah, the Star Wars Obi Wan solo film.
No, I'm not arguing with
you. It's been pushed forward, not really greenlit, but it's gonna be like their next solo film after the Han Solo one.
Right.
It's gonna be an Obi Wan,
and that's fantastic. I know that they have slated Yoda and Boba Fett
for a Yoda,
which I would love to see either one of those. They're being very careful, I can imagine, because that the changing of the guard on the Han Solo film was not handled
well. It was a little bit of a debacle there.
Yeah, I mean, getting Ron Howard at the end of that scenario was great, but Disney wants a lot of positivity regarding this, and that was not positive at all.
The good buzz.
But now
they got to be smart with who they pick for.
Well, now Stephen Daldry, he's who they've lit up for this for the Obi Wan
directors, right?
And his background is stage. Billy Elliot, great musical, great film, and he also did something that I recently watched, The Crown. He did an episode of Crown, Crown, about Queen Elizabeth, and got an Emmy nomination for that.
For the episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Netflix presentation.
Okay.
And so I'll be interested. It's definitely not the type of person I would think they would choose for a sci-fi.
Pick, especially coming off of a debacle with directors.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't go with the safe choice here.
I don't know. Well, I it's interesting. More and more duo directors have not doing well. The Coen brothers are always kind of there, and the Wachowski brothers, and with the Matrix, and I don't know.
Yeah, too many chefs.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, for sure. But I'm looking forward to it, and especially Boba Fett. I think that would be a kick. To get his background,
to get some backstory.
Yeah,
and Yoda too.
Yeah, and why Boba Fett is Australian? I don't know.
Why Yoda's so old?
That's right. Why Yoda's so old? Well, we got to hurry because Frank Oz is not getting any younger.
So Game of Thrones recap.
Yeah, this one I'm going to argue.
This one was a good one, I think. A lot of quick drops, I would say, that led on to some revelations later on.
Right.
I guess we'll start with the beginning of the episode. Daenerys has just conquered the Lannister army.
Lannister, yeah.
And she is asking everybody to bend the knee.
Mm-hmm.
And
she needs to stop that.
What, telling people to bend a knee?
Yeah, she needs to approach this differently. The character seems to be stuck in this knee bending thing.
She wants everybody to bend the knee.
Yeah, just
or burn you alive. So
come with me. Just stop with the knee bending thing.
So the what's his name? The Tarleys. Randall and Dickon, they get burned alive.
Yep.
And everybody else is convinced to bend the knee because dragons are scary, right?
Right.
And Jon Snow's not quite too sure about how he feels about it.
Yeah.
But he gets summoned off to the wall. We'll get to that one later.
Yeah.
He puts together his band of misfits. And a lot of reunions.
Well, that's one thing. The character that was with Jamie during the battle, I always forget his name. The character's name.
Bronn.
Bronn, that actor, actually, probably unsolicited, and HBO's not happy about this, but he made a statement to a reporter that he felt there was a crucial scene, a reunion scene with he and Tyrion that was cut.
Really?
Yes, and
in an earlier episode,
in the
or specifically
last
the
episode.
One,
yeah. Well, no, the episode of last Sunday. And and he said this, and HBO, I can imagine, is not happy. They don't like anybody talking, especially considering the hacking problem.
Yeah, they got the whole
because they
thing
released
leaked.
it again. They released the this past Sunday.
Yeah,
they released that one.
accidentally is what I heard. Yeah.
But from what I've heard, it's typical hacker crap. It has the time code. It's not prepared. It just happens to be a full episode.
Right.
And you might as well wait for the actual.
Yeah, nobody's
presentation.
interested in watching that.
Yeah,
It's
and
like watching a bootleg trailer.
Yeah, and everybody's so irritated with hackers now. Nobody cares.
Just stap.
That's right. Hack Chase or something. Don't do entertainment.
But that was one reunion, was Tyrion and Jamie.
Yeah.
Obviously, they met for they haven't been together for a couple of seasons now.
Right.
And then obviously Daenerys and Jorah,
Right.
her BFF. And then he quickly leaves. He says hello and then leaves again.
Didn't know. I watched, of all things, I just turned on the HBO, and there is the actor that plays Jorah in Tomb Raider. Didn't remember
right,
that at
huh?
all. He was
the bad
like
guy.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could not believe it. I'm like, wow, how old is this guy?
Yeah. He doesn't have nearly the wrinkles.
No. He aged well, though. That's funny. Yeah, lots. The reunions were great. I enjoyed them.
And then, of course, Gendry comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Thought he was just rowing a boat for like 5 seasons.
Yeah, right. Right.
But no, he's been
No.
he's been blacksmithing away and built himself a cool hammer.
Yeah.
Taking after his father, going off to war, part of Jon Snow's crew.
Right.
Which also
Right.
we'll get to that later. What else happened?
Well, now I saw. Well, I was going to tell you and our listening audience. If you go to Jimmy Fallon, he had on the actor that plays Varys, and I you know what, absolute respect for all of the makeup artists. The guy who plays Varys has a full head of hair.
Yeah.
I was unbelievable.
Does he have a British accent?
Yes, he does. And they changed him. Fallon does something about watching Game of Thrones, and they were going to surprise Leslie Jones, and they changed this actor into Varys. Now they weren't his makeup people.
Right.
They did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
but
pretty close.
Yeah, that is one
It's
hell of a
astounding.
bald cap.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah,
you
look
me.
Yeah, look up Fallon on YouTube, and you'll see that transformation. It's pretty cool.
Varys is great. He's gonna have something to do with this end game here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sly one.
But now, how many episodes left for Game of Thrones? We're on.
I think we have 2 left this season.
Tomorrow, this past Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow,
Okay.
or I guess.
Yeah, well, for us,
We're
it's this
behind.
Sunday.
Yeah, and then the
And one
finale.
more.
So
Okay.
we'll have a bunch of deaths next
All right.
episode, I guess, instead of reunions.
Yeah, right. Now, are they supposed to be a year in again?
A year in? What do you mean?
Are we waiting a year for
For the next season? I'm not
remaining
sure.
6?
I would hope not. Maybe it'll come out maybe beginning of the year. I'm not
Hopefully.
sure. We'll have to find out.
I didn't see where they were supposed to be shooting back to back, but hopefully they do. Hopefully they do.
Yeah, I would enjoy that being out sooner than later. It's going to wrap up, so we only got a few
All
left.
right. Then everybody's got to wait for the book and read the book, and
Right, exactly.
then wait for the movie.
So the best part of this episode was, I think, Jon's fellowship to go get the White Walker and bring it back to Cersei.
Right.
And so it ends up being, so you got Jon Snow,
Yeah.
you got Gendry with his hammer,
Right.
you got Jorah, who's just going off to,
He's
fight
just
there.
happy he's not
He's got a
scales.
purpose now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got Tormund, who I love.
Yeah, right.
Who was funny. He had did you bring the big woman? I love that line. And then you got Thoros of Myr and Beric,
Right.
who are the followers of the Lord of Light, right?
All right.
So some people are going to die. My question is, where the hell is Theon? Why didn't Jon bring Theon with him to the wall? What was his point of going to Dragonstone and then not getting dragged off?
Maybe I don't.
I think they missed it there.
He's British. He may have another series. He may he may be on some other British series. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Or maybe they got something else planned for him, I guess.
My question is,
I thought
why in everything that has a zombie or zombie-esque situation, they go and get one.
Right.
They
We got to go get one alive.
Walking Dead, they got a
Yeah.
pit and there's a zombie. I mean, it's so funny. 28 days
Yeah,
later.
chained up, right?
They got zombies chained up. Leave them alone. Leave them there.
It's the perfect defense. No, I actually think they're going to go and they're going to find Benjen. If you remember, that's
Yes.
that's Stark. It was Ned Stark's brother who went north of the wall and
Mhm.
disappeared, and he came back and he was half zombie. They're going to find him and bring him south of the wall.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
Good stuff. I
Good
can't wait
stuff.
till we get to the next episode.
Yeah, well, we're there. We are.
Yeah,
But
tomorrow
it's-
night for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night for us. Just an extra nerd alert thing. Psycho Fest is here. Our friend and co-host John, he's out there. I don't know if he's going to this one, but this
death metal or what is it?
This is speed death metal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just sounds. It
Screamo.
sounds scary. Screamo.
Yeah.
Screamo. Yeah. It just sounds scary. It sounds dangerous. I mean, I'll go if I have the
But
right weapons.
John's there. He's gonna check it out.
No, I don't know if I don't know if he's going.
I know he's a metalhead.
He might have shot his wad with Slayer.
Well.
in fact, I don't think I've talked to him since Slayer. I don't know if he made it down. But Psycho Fest, we welcome all the folks here for Psycho Fest. It's going to be great.
Nice.
I wrote this note down because I found it again funny. Psycho Fest, our Las Vegas newspapers are. Well, newspapers are fleeting now, but our online papers, I guess, not the best. Fox is okay. They always give. They're not biased, but they're not really good at giving information, and they like to conserve space, which I have no idea why they're doing this online. But they advertise Psycho Fest and the new vegan restaurants. I just laugh.
Like right next to each other.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like I told you in the pre-show, Psycho Fest and the death and speed metal guys seem like they would just like raw meat.
Right.
They
Not
don't-
like they're going to
Yeah.
seeking out the vegan restaurants.
Yeah, and
Enough that they have to put the two together.
exactly. But apparently, we're getting more and more vegan restaurants now. I'm 3.5 weeks in. You Adam asked me earlier.
Yep.
3.5 weeks in of this plant-based thing.
My buddy Jose just went on a vegan diet
Yeah?
3 or 4 days ago. I think,
For a
so.
reason or just to do it?
Just to be healthier, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, a little bit more energy. I've lost weight. Everything's good. We'll see. But I mean, it's definitely challenging because you have to learn how to eat. Now that being said,
Keeping some variety with
still
using the same things.
It's not cheaper. It's not cheaper.
Definitely not, right?
If you're married, if you have kids, if you have anybody, it's not cheaper at all. It's expensive to go, and you have to constantly go get it because the
Got to be fresh.
product got to be fresh. And these vegan restaurants are popping up everywhere. I just don't think they're going to do well in general.
Have you been to any vegan restaurants yet?
I have not. There was one that had a wonderful photograph. I was looking at it because of the photograph. I thought whoever shot it did an excellent job. It was a giant double half-pound veggie burger hamburger presentation, beautifully shot. That's a lot of it. I can tell you, after 3.5 weeks, you get full immediately.
Right.
I mean, there's no.
So there's no way you could eat like this whole veggie burger.
No way. And a lot of them are made from beans.
Yeah.
So I mean, it may look like a burger, but it's just a giant pile of beans.
Right.
Black beans specifically. They love to make faux hamburgers out of black beans. So I don't know. Are you gonna try it?
The vegan thing?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Maybe if it was scientifically proven to fix gut problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I think it promotes a healthier enzymatic and bacterial situation in
Right.
your stomach. Does it fix problems? I don't know. I think I think that's one of the major problems with these documentaries is that they're saying, it's kind of like snake oil. It's a cure-all.
Yeah. Studies show.
But when it comes right down to it, it is better for you. It is healthy. You can't knock it for that. But, is it curing people's whatever? Are they getting off of pills? Well, sure, some.
Got to be a percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get off of the junk food and the processed, foods and the boxed stuff.
Yeah. But it's the you got to be careful because ding dongs are vegan. You know, and there's a whole thing about fat vegans. You know, and people say it doesn't work. They're fat. It's like, no,
Well, you're eating the
they're
wrong
idiots.
stuff.
The people are idiots. That's why, you know, you
Stashing the ding dong.
That's right. You can't go vegan and then slam down Twinkies. You know, that's just not the way it works. But no, I do. I applaud who does it because it's a lifestyle change.
I applaud you because it's definitely it's harder than it looks. I would assume.
Right, that's right. So I'll let you know.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I'm trying for 3 months. Trying for 3 months.
There you go.
We'll see how it is. Concierge Chronicle this week. We're back to Vegas. Back to talking about Vegas. We love to talk about Vegas. Lots of, obviously, nudity and explosions, and that's
the best stuff.
That's right.
But there's other stuff.
There's other stuff, but there's a lot of lies about coming out of Vegas, and it is my job.
I like this.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to take up the mantle, and try to clarify some of these. Now,
fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction. Now, one of the things that you'll see...
Mythbusters.
Yeah, right. One of the things you'll see, and this isn't specific to Vegas, but there is a dirty little secret called a resort fee. Uh-oh. Now, you'll see this on a lot of hotel bills, but these are billed as, no pun intended, for our convenience as consumers, because it lets the hotel provide different options to you for your hotel room, and provide better service and provide to you. That is the thing. That is why we charge a resort fee. That is not true. It is very simple why it's true, and anybody that does any math can see. It is there is an official rate that they have to keep. That is the rate that will then be taken up by wholesalers. These wholesalers being Orbitz, Travelocity, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And they then will advertise these rates and discount them accordingly. But that official rate it's called the ledger. It's the ledger rate. And that rate is what then is given to these people, and that's why the resort fees are a way to compensate what their rate is that they're going to give to Travelocity, which is a lower rate.
Yeah.
But they're losing money. They're losing a lot of money when they go
that
wholesale.
Makes sense, yeah.
And so that's how they compete. That's how they compete on the net. It's like, okay, Travelocity, we're going to give you this room for $114 a night. And then the resort fee brings it back up. It's no different than anything. When they have a sale at Kohl's, they say, 30% off everything. Well, the first thing they do is raise everything up 30%.
That's right.
So that is an
it's a numbers game.
Yeah, it is not for us. That is an absolute lie. Now,
I thought it had something to do with all the little shampoos that people steal.
You know what? A lot of hotels, and this has to do with the airline industry too. For example, the shampoos in hotels, little alcohol bottles in hotels and on airplanes. Those are actually given free by the companies. As loss leaders.
That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's not that. It's not that at all. They're making
their money other ways.
They're a money making venture, and they're going to make money hand over fist no matter what. Now, number two, I was asked this most recently a couple days ago, and then I was asked by Chris over there at Faces and Aces podcast.
Really?
And
this is a thing?
Yeah, oxygen pumped into the casinos. Yeah, it's always been a thing. It's been, movies have depicted it and everything else. Now, it is not brass tacks. It can't be pure oxygen because we still have some idiots in 2017 that actually still smoke cigarettes.
That's right.
Yeah, pure oxygen and cigarette don't mix.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice big explosion. That'll be it. So it's not safe. Fire marshal wouldn't allow it. So it's not oxygen. Now, what I can confirm, because at the Venetian I was given access to some fantastic areas. Adam and I were talking about the it's called Back of the House. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
You see some great things, but you see the inner workings of the casino. Now, they do have top of the line, technologically advanced air filters, scrubbers, and that combined with the scents they put in the air, because when there was a vanilla orange, it was horrible. at the
This is what you
Venetian.
walked into every day.
It was orange.
Like,
and
can't you just get something else,
yeah,
please?
and as you get closer to the bathroom, it's more dense.
Yes.
But it was vanilla orange, and it was called something. I'll remember by the end of this podcast, I swear. And so between the scrubbed, cleaned air and the scent, that is pumped in. Now, one thing I can guarantee, and I will take issue with anybody that has a problem with me saying this, but people always discount they don't pump in oxygen. They don't do anything for the players. That's not true. They do lower the temperature.
Absolutely.
For many reasons, not just to keep the players awake. They don't need to keep the players awake that much. But there's a lot of heat. There's heat
lot of bodies.
coming. A lot of machines, a lot of bodies, a lot of people blowing out air. There's a lot of reasons. So they pump in scrubbed, cleaned air, conditioned with the scent. That all combined, that kind of ended up being, they pump in actual oxygen. No.
Like I could smell it.
Yeah, no.
Smells fresh and clean.
So there you go. No, put it to bed. Put it to bed. That's the last thing.
Definitely cold air, though.
Definitely cold air, yeah.
Because it's freezing in the card room.
Ask the dealers.
Yeah, that's
Ask
right.
the dealers. You're pitching cards and you got icicles coming off
it's
your
pretty
thumbs.
cold. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That and movie theaters.
Movie
Always
theaters for sure. Number 3, your comped drink is what you ordered. Oh gosh, I actually talked to a cocktail waitress about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
so many.
When you play, now we've talked about the fact that you're playing now, and the comp drink is becoming a unicorn.
Yeah, because you got to have such coin in.
Yeah,
you got to have the
coin
green light
in,
now.
You
You
got
got
the green light, like in Cabo, and
do 3 flips before they get there.
That's right. And and if you're lucky to have staff in your carousel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got one girl on the floor.
Yeah, but there is a new movement now that used to be, the 400-year-old woman with the oxygen tank would sit down for the afternoon and she'd order Captain Morgan and Coke, and they'd bring her Captain Morgan and Coke. Well, that's not the case anymore.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
it's well whiskey, and
for a while now they give you the crap. They throw in RC or something.
Yeah.
And they give you that. But that actually someone there's some legal battles regarding that. Yeah, and so now the casinos, and you can see them. I saw a sign at South Point.
Okay.
That said, "We reserve the right to switch your alcohol." They actually have a sign.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I need to go take a picture of that.
I have not physically seen the sign, but I've seen a picture of it. I'm going to go because I live relatively close to it. So watch what you drink, watch what you order.
So the people playing like the penny slots or whatever, if they're asking for like top shelf stuff and they've only been there for like... Yeah, that's funny. They just switch it to a well drink.
Now not to say that you can't take care of your server, and
Hey, this all comes back to give a little, and you get a little.
Now she's not going to bring a bottle of Grey Goose for you or whatever you're drinking, or Kettle One or anything. But we got to go see that sign.
Yeah, I definitely got to try that.
Yeah. Now here's one. Number 4 made me laugh out loud. Literally out loud. This was not a lie. This is a lie told apparently by Las Vegas residents, of which there are 2 here. The right side of the sidewalk is reserved for locals. The left side is for tourists. Pay attention or you'll be fined.
Oh, nice. That's funny.
Well, no, that's not true.
No, well,
that is not true.
But
and my question is, what is the right and left?
Like north and south.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going north, it could be different. If you're going south,
it'd be funny if you got all the people with cameras around their necks on one side.
Oh yeah,
strip, right?
Well, now we would
all
certainly
the people, trying to get to work on the other side.
Oh, as locals, we would appreciate that. But I have to say, as a conscientious Las Vegas resident, no, that is not true. You may walk on either side. Just use the bridges. Don't walk across the street because you're gonna die.
There's only like 12 lanes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Take your life into your own hands.
And lastly, now we're going to bring up a whole lot more of these, but this is just... Now, the Statue of Liberty, there is one, a scale model of the Statue of Liberty, in front of New York, on the corner of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yep.
Been there a long time. and very cool to see. I would still like to see that.
It is.
And lots of new construction going around, but there she is right there. Well, apparently it was thought that France also donated that one. Well, that's not true at all.
The rumor was.
No, MGM had that. It was built, and it was designed and built, and everything else. However, I have to say that the 2011 lawsuit regarding suing the United States Postal Service for their the stamp issue, they have a picture of the Statue of Liberty. Well, one stamp collector said, "Hey, is there any reason you guys chose not to use the actual Statue of Liberty?" And I'm sure the hue and cry went out at the Postal Service of, holy shit. We actually chose a picture of the Statue of Liberty in
Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
I heard about this.
3 billion stamps with this on it.
With Vegas.
Yes. And of course, with the litigious society that we live in, lawsuits,
ensued.
Opulently, because I was personally hurt that I sent my mother a stamp of the
Las Vegas, the wrong one. This one's not even the right size.
Yeah, so I hope they resolve this, but apparently it's surfaced again within the last week.
Really?
Yes, it's all coming to a head. Statue of Liberty head. And so that, but it did not come from France. I don't think we have anything from France. We have an Eiffel Tower, not from France.
Nope.
We have restaurants.
Everything here is smaller and been, you know.
We've copied everything, either in scale or in spirit. And so nothing from France. But we'll have more of those.
Pretty clever, though.
Yeah, we'll have more lies of Las Vegas. I like that one.
That's good.
I like that one. I like looking those up because there's so many people that like to compound the lie by correcting this lie with another lie.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to tell you the truth,
Yeah,
folks.
we can ixnay those.
We're going to tell you the truth because
we'll be the Mythbusters.
Between the two of us and all of our guests, we know exactly what's going on here. And we're not trying to sell you anything. We're telling you about Las Vegas as we live it.
That's right.
Gear grinder. Speaking of living, cost of living, Jesus. I wanted to mention this. It just irritates me. We have 3 dairies in the Las Vegas area. I don't think they're all in Las Vegas, proper. But we have 3 dairies, Anderson being one dairy.
Yeah, I knew Anderson.
Yeah, and our gallon of milk is like $4.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know we had that many cows in the desert, to be honest, that we needed 3 dairies. But
why am I paying $4 for a gallon of milk? I got a cow right over there.
Yeah, 3 dairies that we can choose from. We can't get it under $3.
However, I have to say,
we get gas for cheaper than that.
As I sent Adam the rundown for the pre-show, I realized I'm complaining about something I don't do anymore.
Drink milk. You're like, well, I don't care anymore, so it doesn't grind my gear anymore.
That's right. To hell with the dairies.
I don't drink much milk anymore, actually.
No?
Just mainly to cook with, I guess, and then occasionally like. A drink in the morning. Right. Yeah, like a protein drink.
The whole thing about milk, what they say, the documentaries, and I'm certainly going to skirt the scientific, but the whole thing is that milk, the milk of a cow, is quite specifically for the growth, strength, and rearing of the young.
The young bone system.
Cows, yes. And for us to drink it makes no sense on a physiological level, and therefore it causes us trouble. Yeah. We're not really supposed to drink this. Now, I don't know. That's an arguable point, and I don't have the data in front of me to argue it, but I
don't know. Yeah, when I was growing up, milk was always, it does your body good. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to drink milk. I had a glass of milk every night with dinner.
Yeah.
And had a bowl of cereal every morning.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look at the old advertisements,
good Lord.
They say 5-6 glasses of milks, and
that could be just because, as kids, we were growing and needed the calcium to, build better bones, and that was the thing that I was growing up on.
There's the lactose issue, which again, I think there's a bandwagon that people have jumped on along with gluten and all the other issues. Of course, there are individuals that have a lactose intolerance or a lactose rejection, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody says. But when it comes right down to it, it's fatty. Milk is very fatty.
Sure.
Now, do you like almond milk?
Not particularly.
Have you had?
Yeah.
Some? Do you know the legal
it's too
issue?
sweet for me.
Do you know the big legal battle about almond milk?
No.
Well, Blue Diamond, for example, I drink Blue Diamond almond milk.
Okay.
And I don't really care. It's and I knew what it was comprised of, but apparently there are lawsuits again by the same people suing about the stamp.
Right.
Stamps and almond milk.
Yeah.
And
there's no actual almonds in almond milk. Is that the thing?
There can be as little as one.
One almond.
One
in the whole?
almond.
Wow.
They do not guarantee the number of almonds in almond milk, and the remainder, of course, is what? Water.
Okay.
So you're drinking brown water.
Flavored water.
Yeah.
With one almond.
With one almond. Yes, and there were huge lawsuits, and they maintain
less than 0.1% almond.
And they maintain they advertise that they maintain it's on the packaging, and people say that we have a reasonable expectation of a certain level of mixture, almond to water to whatever.
Sure, I would think. Makes a little sense. I mean, but it's just
really,
all on numbers in a shell game, like everything else.
But I mean, really, to go through the level of litigation. I mean, are you that devastated?
That's the American way, is to find something to bitch about that you can sue on and then make money that way.
I don't know. I know. We're in the wrong business, man.
Yeah, right?
We need you know
get on to suing somebody.
That's right. I'll take my video gear.
Got any lawyers out there?
You roll down the escalators a couple places.
Right.
And we'll be fine.
We can throw up a green screen somewhere. We can fool somebody.
That's right. That's right. Well, Area 52. I found I love looking at historical aspects of Las Vegas. There's a glitzy and glamour and all this stuff. We live that. We can tell you all about that. But what I don't know a lot about are the true historical aspects of it. And the pioneers of Vegas, of course, were men, the Mormons and the mob and everything else. And we've talked about the banker who was brave enough to give loans out to the mobbed up guys back in the day. Well, what nobody ever talks about was that the first casino license was not issued to a man; it was issued to a woman.
Really?
Yep.
For what casino?
It was called the Northern Club. And it was her name. It was in the year 1920, a year before my father was born.
It's like unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
For a woman to get a business license?
Absolutely.
Especially for a casino?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Her name was Mamie Stocker, and she got it for the Northern Club. She was a wife, she was a mother, and she was she was in high society. She was frequently written about in the papers of the day.
So she had money. She came out of old wealth?
You know what? Didn't say where her money came from, but she was, in the society news all the time. And she opened it under her name because her husband, Harry, he said, "No, I don't want this. I don't want this associated with me at all." But later it said, "Hey,
this is making money."
Yeah, it's making money. Yeah, put my name on there. Yeah, so nobody changes. And it offered 5 games: stud poker, draw poker.
Nice.
Which to me, that's the only 2 pokers that really low ball. You ever played low ball?
No.
Oh, you ever played low ball?
No.
No. See, everybody's stuck on
Hold'em.
Yeah.
I played a couple of variations. They have what's called horse, where you kind of go through some different types of pokers.
Right.
Very little. Most of my experience is Hold'em too.
Give me a good 5 card draw game. Stud poker, draw poker, low ball poker, 500, another card game, and bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, bridge for money.
All live table games, right?
All live, yeah. I don't know how they're doing bridge. I'll have to look that up. I'll bring that to the next show. You play bridge?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, never got into that.
Live bridge for money. Wow. That's interesting. But Mamie Stocker, 1920, first casino license.
1920.
That's right.
Right in the middle of the Depression.
That's right. She was the predecessor of Mr. Steve Wynn and all the other Kokorians of the world.
That's funny.
Yeah, so...
Who would have thought?
I know. But, well, Adam, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
We're going to bring more of those lies of Vegas, and I think I will make an effort next week we're we're going to make next week our poker show. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm down.
All right.
Yeah.
So next week, Las Vegas, lies of poker and all the whole poker background. And we'll talk about what it is like to play. Adam's our resident expert.
Yeah, I played a little bit.
Again, we'll go back to the I don't like people. So
yeah,
people.
Especially poker players are a weird bunch too, man.
Yeah,
They can easily get under people's skin.
But all right, Tuesday, catch up with us for poker night at the old Pod Bay door. Thanks for listening, and we will see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye, folks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Pod Bay door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Pod Bay Door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.